Krishna Jha. I am reviewing the paper Deep Learning for Real Estate Price Prediction. In this paper, author is trying to find the real estate price based on the fundamental finance, urban development, as well as the political scenario. This study is a kind of like a investment research for a housing market, and usually the city with the high property values are also one of the best location in terms of school rating, connectivity, low crime rate, public transport, and walkability parameters to define the specific housing price of the area. In this in this kind of cities, always demand is pumped up due to the different demand and supply. This paper is trying to find the golden cluster for the cities in terms of investment and ROI for residential purpose too. Objective and data. In terms of the objective and data of this paper is, as I discussed, like trying to predict the sales price, and the data set is picked up from the Homes Switzerland uh, target database, where author trying to do it like gradient boosted regression modeling technique to find the basic price of the particular region, particular housing market. This research, as I said, like using dataset of transaction of Swiss residential apartment, and the data contain 88K sample ranging from the first quarter 2011 to end quarter 2017. For each transaction, the price of the property is recorded along with the several attributes of the property, like local situation, the market availability, school district, crime, and other specific parameters. As I said, like the different parameters uh, is is kind of like a key for this study, and the author is trying to have a various attribute for this analysis, like a price, the district, number of bedrooms, how that particular segment of the housing is constructed based on the demand and supply, and uh, what kind of house basically in the market, whether it's a residential, holiday, apartment, or vacation homes, and also the different social parameter like a park, marketplace, and the type of the house in that region. And based on the study, author is trying to find the mean price for this for a particular region based on the different parameters passed into the regression study, like construction year, bedrooms, what are the micro factors, and the areas involved for this study. And this study basically focus on the deep learning methodology, like linear regression, meta model, gradient boosting, and deep learning approach, neurons, layers, and pyramid structure, flat structure, basically all the study is surrounding on the evaluation of the predictive performance of the model, and we use the mean square prediction error of the logarithm transaction pricing. And in this study, author is trying to use the traditional statistical data as well as the economic model to construct and tune this attribute and parameter, which basically estimate the value of the housing price. And the tuning and tuning of the parameter and the attribute are chosen using the cross validation by setting on the kind of cross cross hybrid validation data set, and the result shows like the MSE on the out of sample test data for the different models are are based on the different learning use deep learning used for this analysis. And the linear model achieved like a MSC 0.0383, and the boosted tree got like MSC 0.0367, deep learning 0.0373, and the meta model is 0.0332. The meta model achieved the highest predictive accuracy, and the second best model is gradient boosted tree study. And also a study found that no difference between the validation and the test MSE, which is a two different data set used for the research. And we can see in the figures like possibly some of the overfitting occurring happened in the deep learning model, and which is validating between the test data and the validation data. And finally, the linear model achieved the lowest predictive accuracy. The estimated fixed effective co- coefficiency is kind of like trying to compare the different accuracy and different approach of the model during the study. And the tests are done using the regression model, which are random effectively at the observation level. And the T and P values are reported in the below table, and we can see the different T and E value for gradient boosting linear model or meta model. And um, as per result, the linear model is significantly worse than the deeper learning model, and the difference between the gradient boosting and the deep learning is not significant at 5 level. So it's kind of like in between, the in terms of result accuracy. In addition of the meta model is clearly kind of like a superior and more accurate deep learning model in terms of coefficiency. Conclusion: this research investigates the capability of deep learning for real estate appraisal and compared with the four linear models like gradient regression tree. The studies conducted an extensive network architecture search and evaluate four main classes of the deep learning model, which are characterized by the different layers during the process of research. Each model class study considered several tuning parameters such as the number of hidden layers, units per hidden layer, regular approach for finding the and fine tuning the different parameters to analyze the learning rate. The result shows the neural network model performs significantly better than the linear regression model. Although the difference is economically very small, the meta model, which average the prediction of the linear regression, gradient, and the deep learning, achieve a considerable and significantly better performance than other model. And last not least, these are the two references used during this presentation. Thank you.